Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Kenai's like, please save me. I apologize for that this video is going to be late. I messed up on the formatting somehow, and yeah, I'm still learning how to do this and YouTube and all that stuff. So it's a little frustrating, to be quite honest, especially when you spend so many days on like one video. So anyway, we thought that we're gonna start making some videos that are more concise of things that we've done in certain places, so that way everything is in one place. So all the information, all the things we've done, all the free things, the activities, RV parks, everything is gonna be in one little neat package just for you. So if you ever want to refer back to anything that we've done, it will all be in one place just for you. On to free things that we did in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Medicine Bow National Forest, just north of Centennial, Wyoming. I highly recommend it. It was an hour and 20-minute drive from our RV park in Cheyenne, and the what do you call it? The park ranger?
Yeah, park ranger.
Yeah, park ranger. There at the little outpost there, just north of Centennial, was very helpful. She gave us some, some literature, some brochures of things to do, and there at Medicine Bow National Forest, and it was, the lakes, it was 10,000 elevation.
55 degrees.
55 degrees. It was just perfect. It was so nice.
It was really windy. We had Kenai with us. We didn't do a hike just because it was pretty cold and windy. But honestly, if you just stay in your car and you do the scenic drive, it's honestly worth it, in my opinion, just to do that. The lakes are right there off of the main road. You can just pull up. We packed a lunch and we just ate in our car in Medicine Bow National Forest right there by one of the lakes. I highly recommend it. Even for camping, you can stay for 16 days and all you have to do is move 3 miles from your spot, which is crazy. I mean,
very nice.
Very, very nice. I highly recommend it. There is also a second portion of the park about, what would you say, like 40 minutes away. I'll put the link to it below of the National Forest. I highly recommend doing that drive as well.
It's just southeast of Laramie.
It is a prettier drive from Laramie back to Cheyenne, so I highly recommend doing it. The park ranger actually told us about it.
Yes.
And I 10 out of 10 recommend. If you go from Cheyenne to Medicine Bow National Forest, off of I-80 is actually a huge Lincoln statue. You can't miss it. It's right off the freeway. It's a rest area. Inside the actual rest area, there's information about Wyoming, which I really recommend. There's restrooms there. There are RV parking spots as well. There is potable water that is free. So I really recommend going. It's a statue for Abe Lincoln and also for the highway. So 10 out of 10 recommend. It's free. I think we were there for 5 minutes, in and out real quick, but it's really cool to see. We also went to the State Museum. What did you think of that?
That was great. It was free. It was just a block away from the state capitol. I mean, they had history of Wyoming. I mean, they had, so much stuff, just to exhibits of the bison. I mean, everything.
They had stuff from national parks, history of national parks in Wyoming. They had dinosaur bones in there. A lot of interactive things for kids. So if you have kids, I really recommend going. Really cool. But it's 2 stories, a lot of stuff for kids, a lot of things during the dinosaur ages of Wyoming, prehistoric stuff, all the way up to modern times. So I really recommend going. We stayed about an hour and a half. I think we could have stayed longer if we really wanted to, but 10 out of 10 recommend. And then across the street was the
state capitol. That was really awesome. That was 4 stories, 1 underground, 3 above. So that was
really cool.
Yeah.
They just refurbished it a couple years ago, so not that long ago. They had a art exhibit in the basement, which was really cool. The security guy, when we first walked in, gave us a bunch of information about the building. Even there was a greeter lady giving information and brochures. I think we spent maybe another hour there as well, just walking through everything. We did the museum and the Capitol on a Saturday. There was like no one there. And we parked at the museum and there was plenty of parking there, especially if you have a bigger car, like we have a dually. Parking was easy. So yeah, so that was all the free things.
Yes.
One of the things that cost was your favorite?
The Curt Gowdy State Park. We did the Hidden Falls hike, which was a total of 4 miles. They have some beautiful lakes there. They have great camping sites from what we drove around in the park. And yeah.
Sorry, our dog is trying to dig a tunnel under our couch.
Something else.
So if you hear that, that's what he's doing. But yeah, it was $12 per car for non-residents for the state park. They also have camping there as well. Everything that we mentioned we'll put a link to, so if you have any questions, just refer to the website. Yeah, he's just going after it. We did the Hidden Falls hike. I really recommend it. It was a fairly easy hike. Just about anyone can do it for the most part. There are some rocks you kind of have to climb up and down. Dogs are welcomed on the trail as well. There's a lot of biking trails, camping. Yeah, that was really cool. Another thing was the Cheyenne Depot Museum. What did you think of the Depot Museum?
That was really fun.
I think we spent an hour and a half there.
There's a lot of history of the railroads and train systems there in Wyoming, and they had exhibits, a lot of interactive things for kids and adults to look at and see or to do. They had a little train that went above the ceiling, and you put a quarter in it and it just kind of goes around the whole building. That was fun.
But yeah, for adults it was $10. For military and kids there are different prices as well, but of course link to everything will be down below. The next thing that cost, I will say it kind of cost, I mean we have a pass now, was the Rocky Mountain National Forest. It was an hour and 45 minutes away from the entrance that we went to, and yeah, it was beautiful, but the way that this national park works is that from mid-May to mid-October it is timed entry, meaning you have to have a ticket between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. in order to enter into the park. Do it online, it's a couple bucks for the ticket, or you have to show up before 9 a.m. or after 2 p.m. But honestly, show up before 9 a.m. if you can, because there are more and more people showing up. We showed up, I think, around 8:30-ish is when we showed up in the morning, and there were already people there. There were already people parked and hiking and stuff. So I really recommend, if you go to the national park, you need to get there early because spots are limited for certain hikes. We didn't do a hike because by the time we got there, we were already pretty tired. Yeah. And we had Kenai with us, and we were just like, no. So I think next time we're definitely going to stay closer to the Rocky Mountain National Forest if we can. I will say this too. We almost went out of the park because we wanted to go to this town, but because of the re-entry, we would have had to have a ticket.
In the park. It was gonna be right outside.
So we were going to have to go either all the way around or wait until after 2 p.m. to go back into the park to head back home. Another thing about the National Park Pass, put whoever is going to be using it the most, put them on the pass. Sorry, that's Kenai. We have a friend who they full-time as well. He's a pilot, so he flies out for work, obviously. The pass is in his name, and she can't use the pass when he's gone. So same thing for me. When I did the pass, I had it in my name because if I had a drop chase off for work and I wanted to go to a park that was close by, I could go because it's in my name. But if it was in Chase's name, I couldn't go because it was in his name. So I'm just letting you know, if you want to get a park pass, use whoever is going to be using it the most. I'm just gonna help you all out there.
Yes.
We did the Alpine Visitor Center there as well. We just kind of drove around. Honestly, you see a lot driving around. There's little cutoffs that you can pull over, take pictures and stuff. So there's plenty to do even if you don't do a hike. It's really pretty. You'll definitely go back for sure. And then we only ate at one place, and we ate at the Albany. And what did we have? We
had delicious bull nuts. I can't believe I'd ever say that in any form of on camera or privacy or anything, but yes. The bull nuts were delicious. They were like a thin fried chicken fried steak is how I'd put it. They had a nice little red tartar sauce or some type of red sauce to go with it as well. And then we also had 2 Reuben sandwiches to go with that. And yeah, it was just a fun atmosphere, great customer service. It was I would highly recommend going there. And it's right across the street from the Train Depot Museum. And so I would highly recommend eating there after you got done doing that.
Yeah, and parking even for the Depot Museum was fairly easy as well. There's a lot of parking around there, so we'll always tell how parking is because having a dually, sometimes parking can be a little difficult, so we'll always try to mention parking. If we don't, I will leave it in the comments if I don't put down parking. And then another thing about food. So that was the only place we ate at. We don't really eat out much at all just because lately, I don't know, that could be a whole nother video. But yeah, we also went to the farmer's market during the week. It was okay. It wasn't bad. But I will recommend going to Wyoming Fresh. It is an urban farm in Cheyenne. They have a cute little farm stand. I didn't get videos of the inside because there were a lot of people in there, but they sell produce. They also sell other farmers, dairy, meat. We got duck eggs, yogurt, quail. I think we also got some beef as well, I think. They also have a coffee shop in there as well that's only open on Saturdays. Make sure you look at their hours because their hours are a little funky because they are an operating farm. But 10 out of 10, definitely recommend going there if you go there. We always try to support local farms wherever we go. Now, to the main thing, the RV park. What did you think of the RV park?
Terry's Bison Ranch. It was definitely not a polished, well-groomed RV park. It sits right off the freeway. It's perfect for one night to maybe 3 or 4 night stays. Just to do a few things in Cheyenne and then kind of go about your way. The sights were just rocky sides, which they're all rocky. I mean, every place has
Gravel type.
gravel, and they're usually unleveled in sides. But so you kind of look past that. But just the weeds, the growth.
Yeah, it wasn't
around
grass.
the RV park.
It was weeds.
It was just kind of unacceptable. We didn't care for it too much.
Yeah, especially for what we paid. For 2 weeks, we paid $745.80. Now, I understand we chose to pay that and we chose to go there. So I understand that. But looking back, I think, one, we should have planned better. That was on my end. We kind of we've been really winging it this past summer just because this summer is very unusual for us in the sense of usually we just go to Creed and then we'll go usually visit family. So going to adventure more during the summertime is not normal for us, I would say. So y'all are getting the first look at what not to do this summer for us. So stick around because learn from us. Yeah, I think next time, if we were to go back to Cheyenne, which I would like to, I really liked it. I think I would stay at the Curt Gowdy State Park, do the stuff in Cheyenne, and then go and stay at Medicine Bow National Forest, stay there, boondock there, or figure out a way to stay closer to the Rocky Mountain National Forest. I think if we stayed at Terry's Bison Ranch, they do, if you are an escapees or a Good Sam member, they do give you 1 night off. Now, since we had the weekly rate, we didn't get any discounts, but if you are Good Sam or escapees, you get 1 night off. So if you're passing through and you need full hookups for the evening, that can be an option for you. Now, they did have a casino and a restaurant in one building. The casino part was like those video poker game things.
Video poker is what it is.
Yeah. And then the restaurant, we didn't eat there because we were told the wait was going to be a little crazy. So we didn't eat there. They had cabins there. So if you don't have an RV and you want to go, there's cabins there. They had playgrounds for kids. They had a cool animal thing that you would like, what would you call it?
They had a catwalk that you could go walk across and then, overlook some of the animals that they had there, like the pigs. They had some llamas and stuff like that. So that was really neat.
Yeah, they had laundry there, a general store, and for the main event, they had
a train ride through part of the ranch. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, and you get to stop halfway through on the Wyoming side, feed the bison, and then you go into the Colorado side border, and then you come back and you spin back around into Wyoming. It was just a blast. It was fun.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I would highly recommend doing that.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It was $20 for adults, and then 4 to 12 or $10, and then it's $10 for a bag of food. We did a bag of food per couple, and I think that was plenty. I mean, it just depends on how much you want, but I think 1 bag was plenty for sure. We were so close to the border, y'all, that like you could throw a baseball and it would land in Colorado.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how close we stayed at. The reason why we picked this area was because we actually wanted to go to Denver or north of Denver and go to the Rocky Mountain National Forest, but because it was during July 4th, everything was booked, so I had to keep on going north and north and north. So that's why we kind of ended up where we were at. But like I said, next year we're definitely going to plan better with some stuff. We've got some ideas of what we want to do. So that was kind of why we ended up there. So some people are going to be like, well, why didn't you just stay? Well, everything was booked up. Yeah. So I will say this, for anyone who wants to travel in the summertime, Colorado or north, and you want to stay in an RV park, specifically with full hookups, you really need to book in advance. I know some people say, oh, book, so much out of advance, blah, blah, blah. If it's an attraction place, like a lot of people go there during the summertime, you really need to book ahead or you're going to be having to drive to these places. And it just makes it not enjoyable, to be quite honest. And like for us driving 1:45 to the Rocky Mountain National Forest, well, Chase driving, I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Definitely worth going. But, like, it's not as enjoyable. Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to stay as close as you can because then you can come and go. Yeah. You can go for a couple hours and then come back to your camper and just relax, hang out, and then go back in or spend all day. I don't like to be so far away and then, spend 5-6 hours in a place and then drive back. It's just no fun.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covered everything. If you like these more concise videos of things that we've done, all the information in one video, please let me know. So that way I can make sure to make more videos like this for y'all. So that way, if you're like, oh, I wanted to go, they went here and I want to go here, all the information is in this little video for you. So yeah. Anyway, I also apologize. This is late, but life happens.
We hope you enjoyed it.
It just happens. Hope you all enjoyed it. As always, we really appreciate every one of you that watches our videos. We get comments, sweet comments from y'all that are just, we didn't think, or at least I didn't think, that we'd be getting more and more subscribers every week, every day. It really just, I guess, blows my mind.
Yes.
Very humbling.
Blows my mind too.
Yeah. But yeah, if y'all have any questions about Cheyenne, I'll do the best we can. If you've been to Cheyenne, please let us know in the comments and what you've done. And yeah, oh, last thing, I didn't know Cheyenne had, it's a big event. It's actually happening right now. It's called Frontier Days. It's their big fair that goes on. A lot of country singers and artists come. That, I will say, you definitely need to book in advance if you want to do that. It seemed really cool from what I saw online. Just throwing that out there for y'all. But anyway, we'll see y'all next week. And yeah, bye.
Goodbye. See y'all next week.